Hey everybody. My first time doing this StreamYard thing. I'm not real sure how it works. But yeah, looks like I'm live. All right, cool. Wait for some folks to get in here. Let me see if I can go over here so I can see you guys as well. Is this the one I want? We'll do that in a minute. All right, there it is. All right. Let's see if we can wait to see if we can get some people in here. I got an update on Officer Borovac'S. So check out the shirt, by the way, in case you haven't seen it, while I wait for some folks to get in here. And you can get that at noidforyou.com. Arizona suspicious person with Arizona revised statute 132412 on it's our Arizona ID statute law. So thanks for dropping in. For the two of you that are in here, I am new to this whole StreamYard thing. So let me, oh, okay, I can see it. Update, there we go. Yeah, I do have an update. We're gonna do some flashbacks here, and because I want to go over some stuff. It's been a while since I've really looked back on it. I've had a lot of time, about a year, 9 months, to think about this whole video thing. So let's get into it. I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna go share screen. That's the one I want to share, right? Again, guys, I've never done this before. So, again, while we're waiting for everybody, I want to show you guys, I taught my dog the Fifth Amendment. You guys teach your dog the Fifth Amendment? It's real short, 35 seconds. Here's how to teach your dog the Fifth Amendment before we get going here. Sit your wife in the backseat of my brand new foreign car. Don't act like you forgot.
What do you do when the cops ask you questions? Good girl. You shut the F up, right? You shut the F up. Good girl.
She is so proud of herself. All right, so get rid of that window now. All right, not that yet. See, I'm all new at this, guys. I'm sorry. All right, so
Trespassing.
Back on last year, I was assaulted by a cop, and we're gonna kind of go through what happened there, and basically show you what happens through the process, and then I'm gonna give you the final result. I didn't get notification from a court. I didn't get notification from the police department about the final result. Got the information from a trusted source. We'll say that, but it's going to be interesting. And the reason I want to make this video and go over all this, sorry about the shaking. The reason I want to go over all this again with you guys is this: it's about the long game, right? It's not about just filing your complaint, being done with it, and when they investigate themselves and find they've done nothing wrong, that it's over. It's not over, people. There's other ways. What's up, Lacey? And go Foos. I don't know how to say it. Yeah, free Eric Brandt. Free speech is not legal in America anymore. By the way, cheers, everybody. You know how to get your soda to stop foaming when you pour it? You know how you pour it and it foams up and it foams over the top of your cup? Yeah, top it off with a shot of whiskey. Works great. Yeah, so it's about the long game, people. So back on September 21st, 2021, little less than a year ago, 9 months.
1502, 1324.
I was assaulted by Officer Borovac'S. Here's what happened. I'm going to let it run. I may stop and interject a little bit here and there. But as a reminder, this is what happened. And when it's all over, what we're going to go through is I'm going to show you the call I got from Internal Affairs. I'm going to show you the call I got from the prosecutor. And then you guys will find out what the end result is. So try not to make this too long. I'm not going to go through the entirety of every video. If you want to see them, they are on my channel. And very special things before we get going. This video, this interaction had 900,000 views over the course of people who shared this. So I want to show you who we had. Lackluster. Thanks so much, Lackluster, man. You're the bomb. Lackluster's version of this video is he's the big winner. Of course, he's the big dog, right? 600,000 views, 608,000 views, guys. See, this is where justice doesn't come just from the justice system, man. I got, let's see, 608,000 little pieces of justice there. And then we have DPN, Disorderly Product News, brother. Hang in there, man. Big shout out to you. DPN was the first one to answer my email and do a story on it. So DPN, I'm special place in my heart, brother. But yeah, DPN, he got shadow banned on this video, and he told me about this. We exchanged a few emails back and forth. And yeah, if you look at his other videos, this is very, very low. And my videos on my channel tend to get shadow banned. Ooh, did not know that. There's some weird shit going around. Johnny 5-0, guys, go out and support Johnny 5-0. He's got some really bad news. That's his story to share. I'm not going to share his story out here, but I highly encourage you to go and check that out and show him some love and support. Yeah. So look, I got another 46,000 little pieces of justice there, people, right? These all count. Direct D, big dog in Arizona. Thank you, Direct D. Direct D, I guess somehow my little channel ended up on Direct D's feed, and he ended up commenting on it. I reached out to him and he did a special video on my story. Which is interesting, and I want to talk about how, you know, schmucks like us can make a change. You know, we're not just here to be victims of the government. So Direct D, yeah, Direct D's got 105,000 little pieces of justice here, right? And what on my channel, I don't have it up here. So I have two channels, right? I have my Just a Guy Having Fun channel here, which is, I guess, my main channel. And he's got 68,000 views on my channel. And then on my other channel, he's got another 40,000 views. So my other channel is No ID, the number 4, the letter U. It's my little handle there at the bottom. But yeah, so I got almost 1 million little pieces of justice, people. I didn't need the courts to validate the wrong that was done to me. And that's really what I want you guys to take solace in. Just because, you know, the department investigates themselves and find they did nothing wrong, or they don't prosecute the car. Poor dirt farmer. Look at you, brother. Hey, Direct D. What's up, brother? Direct D. I'm still learning these lives, man. Looking at you, brother. Thank you, man. Much love. Appreciate all the support you gave me. Thank you, guys. But yeah, these are the little ways that you can get justice. Because let me tell you, you know, I'm a private investigator for 30 years. And, you know, I've worked with the cops. I've put people in jail. I've worked with attorneys. You know, I think I know a little bit about how the law works. But trying to get an attorney to talk to you about civil rights violations, good luck, people. You know, ask. It's tough. and getting that mentorship is sometimes just as difficult. So you're not always going to get your justice through the justice system or the police department. So let's take a quick look, man, and know that as you watch this, especially in this first video, a couple of quick notes, right? I have learned from so many of these videographers with cameras. I don't want to call them activists. I don't want to call them cop watchers, auditors. You guys do what you do, and I'm grateful for what you've done. I've learned so much, and I love that we're not too egotistical in this community to learn from each other. And I've learned so much from you, and because of what I learned from you guys, Direct D, San Joaquin Valley Transparency, Disorderly Product News, Lackluster, the list goes on. There's so many of you that I was prepared for this moment. I was prepared with the laws written down, and why I think that's important for knuckleheads like me is this: you're no Direct D. I'm no Direct D. I'm no San Joaquin Valley Transparency. I'm no Disorderly Product News. And when that adrenaline kicks in, here's what I do know. Folks, I've trained some of the best in the world to go to bad places in the world to do great things for our country. I've trained police officers. I understand mechanics of the body and body physics. And when the adrenaline kicks in, whoo, doggy, things go haywire, and you got to be able to identify that and know that that adrenaline's kicking in. You're not going to remember everything. I didn't in the moment. That's why I was prepared. I had these laws, the Arizona, like 10 laws in Arizona that the cops could use from watching the videos, right? Watching all these videos that these guys put out. You know, I gathered up the top 10, the ID law, disorderly conduct, trespassing, harassment, you know, all those things that we see the cops use against the cop watchers every day. I had them in my car. They were laminated. They were ready to go. And so then this happened. These are the laws that I keep.
ID law 281595. I keep harassment. The top 10 laws.
Guys, the phone call that I got from my son, he was hysterical. He was crying. And like any dad did, you know, I rushed the scene. I beat any cops there. No fire, no medical. Scene was calm. My son was hysterical. He's 17 years old. His first big car accident. So, you know, there's some context, right? The other driver had some minor injuries. She was on the ground. I had already gone over to check on her, you know, to find out if she's okay after I checked on my son. And we were all good. Right? Everything was fine. There was no screaming, no yelling, no drivers going nuts. You know, I'm just trying to get a freaking tow truck. Okay, let's talk about 28.622. It was a law I wasn't prepared for when I had the phone conversation that we'll watch from the Tempe City prosecutor. Yeah, why Tempe City prosecutor? We'll talk about that too. Let me know if you guys can hear the volume.
No, he doesn't. By law, he does not have the money. The sergeant. Doesn't matter. He doesn't have to participate in the investigation. He is my minor child. Sergeant, you're dismissed. You're dismissed. Your ego is driving a check. You've already assaulted. You've already assaulted.
So if you go back and look at that, a person shall not willfully refuse to comply with any lawful order. Okay. And I wasn't familiar with the verbiage in this, and it bit me. And knowledge is power, people. But my lack of knowledge in this, when I was speaking to the Tempe prosecutor, because I had him nailed on everything else, yeah, it bit me. Because he never at any time gave a lawful order.
And ongoing. No. You have to obey the obstruction cannot be physical or verbal. It only has to be. I'm going to go get that. You know what? Criminal. Hey, tell me, is it a criminal investigation or a government? Okay. Is it a government? You got a better shot at government investigation. Here's the law. Obstructing a criminal investigation. Did I bribe you? Did I misrepresent myself? Did I use intimidation of force or threats of force to obstruct? Officer, can I have your name and badge number?
All right, let's talk about that little brief interaction right there. This is what really frustrates me when I watch a lot of these videos. Not saying you guys that are doing it wrong, but this is what I'm always screaming when I watch it, because I know everybody that watches these is always screaming something. Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? Hey, and I'm admittedly Monday morning quarterback, but this is how I see it or saw it. So this is how I prepared for the moment. I didn't just have knowledge of the law, but I was also able to read it back to them verbatim and, put it right in their face. And it's amazing the look on their faces when you do that.
So you're refusing to identify? Chapter 3.24? Okay.
I also had that written down.
Can I get your business card, officer, with your name and badge number for policy, Chapter 3, Section 2.4?
What's up, Socrates?
He doesn't follow state law and he doesn't follow the policy. Listen, you got a problem, officer. My intention of that sergeant was to further demonstrate to you his ego has let him get to the point where he won't even follow a policy in front of his son. That's that. My point is that. Does it feel good to be a criminal today? You assaulted a citizen. I left a gift with the sergeant for you. I hope you seriously take it to heart. I mean that as a human. We're all human beings out here, brother. It's just a matter of respecting each other. This guy is so arrogant. He thinks just because he wears that badge, everybody automatically deserves some respect to him. And fuck that noise. Look at that, man. He's got 5, 10, 50. You got 20 years and you're still acting like that. Hey, I just made one of my astute observations. He's got 4 strikes.
Hey, let's go back here. Manager, shout out San Joaquin for that one, man. That was a light bulb moment for me. San Joaquin Valley Patriots. They're not sergeants. We are not at war with the people. They're managers.
Hey, I just made one of my astute observations. He's got 4 stripes on his bottom sleeve, 0 up here. True. Very true. Probably a reason for that. Just one citizen's opinion. That sucks that I even have to say that. My son-in-law's a cop. Oh yeah? Yeah. My dad was a cop. He's in the military. Yeah. I get what you guys do. This isn't about making cops. It's not about. It's just about being. It's about being disrespectful, man. That's what it's all about. You ran into the wrong guy to do every law in the country he was trying to throw at me, and that doesn't work for me. Right down to his policy. I never got my business card, Sergeant. Have a good day.
So what that business card was in reference to is in the policy, Chapter 3, Section 2.4. It states that they're supposed to give you a business card at the end of the interaction. So, again, it's about knowledge is power and knowing it better than they do. And when they try and question it, have it printed out, have it right there in front of them. They tell you you're obstructing. Sure, you can tell them whatever they want, right? Or whatever you want. It doesn't make it true, but it's written right there in front of it. They can't be disputed. Sorry, folks.
And don't forget to clean the bottom of your boot for the big pile of shit you stepped in. Have a good day, Sergeant. I keep trespassing.
So that's why you should be prepared. So that was Sergeant Borovac'S. By the way, I got 14 in here. Thank you very much for hanging out with me while we go over this. It's 107. I'm sitting in my garage. It's not 107 in here. I got some awesome hillbilly air conditioning going on in here. And because I am a true redneck at heart. I'm winking at you, Portrait Farmer. I get that. Bill of Rights. Thanks for stopping in. So here's where it gets fun, guys. So we saw the assault, right? It was there. He assaulted me for no reason. So then I went in to file the complaint. And, oh, is this going to reload? I'm going to have to find it again. All right, I'm not going to sit you through this whole thing, but we were down in the middle of here. But I want you guys to hear this sergeant's fundamental misunderstanding of the Fifth Amendment. I know none of the 12 of you that are watching or the tens of other people who are going to see this video hashtag, what is it, next great challenge. Look, this is not going to come to a surprise to any of you, but it was astounding. All right, now remember, in that first video, Officer Borovac'S of 20 years said, with over 20 years experience, said it was the law that my minor son had to answer his questions. It was the law, right? So let's see if we can find.
He goes now proceeds at one point to want to get my son.
Let's see if I can find it, guys. I may fast forward through here a little bit.
Now at this point after the exchange, I tell him some constitution. Now we're in 2021, officer. How many videos are out there of people knowing their rights, knowing that we don't have to answer questions? And then this cop turns around and tells me, after I tell my minor son, don't answer questions, he tells me we have to. I tell him, my son has no legal obligation to participate in your investigation. Again, body language change, intimidation, step forward. It's the law. He has to move back. And he steps forward to move back. To which I replied, that is my minor child. I will decide when and what questions he wants. Then he finally ends up backing down.
Side note that this this guy in the background was like, what the hell is happening? He had no clue.
Then he finally ends up backing down. Okay. Then he tries at one point to get me, tell me I'm obstructing.
Well, I want to get to some of the cops explaining.
Amendment right. My son has met his legal obligation in the presence of my minor son trying to defend. It does. It makes me laugh. Tell me I'm obstructing. It makes me laugh.
No, it doesn't make me laugh.
It does. It makes me laugh. Because he's trying to tell me I'm obstructing when I'm in the presence of my minor son trying to defend his Fifth Amendment right.
But he's not under arrest.
I don't ever have to answer questions. My son has met his legal obligation under 281595. To exhibit his driver's license and registration. He remained at the scene.
So the sergeant, just in those little 2 seconds right there, admitted that or questioned the Fifth Amendment and admitted that he didn't know 281595A, the requirements of when you're pulled over, to exhibit, not surrender, but exhibit your driver's license here in Arizona.
He exceeded his legal obligation to that man by providing his phone number and surrendering his driver's license and registration at the scene. He's exceeded his legal obligation to that officer. Beyond that, he has no legal obligation whatsoever to participate in his investigation. Clearly stated in the Fifth Amendment, clearly supported by case law, and also supported by Arizona state statute. $28,1595 and 13 would advise.
See if we get the. He gets really good cosplay.
This is a simple insurance deal
Right.
that
has severe financial implications. Should my son? It doesn't matter. Yeah, but any statements my son makes, right, can be
Right, Porter Farmer?
by the insurance company. Any statements,
not this American.
It's a police investigation could be subpoenaed by the insurance companies, which could at some point.
it's a complete civil matter.
It doesn't. We are still under no circumstances required to, beyond meeting our legal obligations, required by law to answer. Can you concede to that? Under beyond meeting, we are not required to answer your questions.
Motor City Manic, thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, if you choose not to answer a question, that's.
And if you force
it is not a constitutional issue at that point.
Oh, it's absolutely, because if you force me,
Did you guys hear that? It's not a constitutional issue. If I choose not to answer your questions, it's not a constitutional issue. But you're going to make, wow.
Force me or my son to answer questions under threat of a lawful order under color of law, that's a violation of constitutional rights. How can you not know that, Sergeant?
No, it's not. It's because this is a civil. This is an
civil or not. You're law enforcement. Your job is to enforce laws, not civil actions. Your job is to take the report. And if I choose not to participate in your report, so be it.
Okay.
So if you guys want to watch the full complaint that is on my channel, final complaint against Officer Borovac'S, I really can't wait to give you guys the update at the end of this. And I appreciate everybody sticking in. So what we're going to do is now, that's not the one I wanted. I might have given it. Okay. I think this is the one. This is it. All right. So then I get a call from Internal Affairs. So between the video you just watched and now we've let it stew. We're letting the process do its process. They're investigating themselves. Now, full disclosure here, people. I was also a fraud investigator for a big box company. Let's say they're blue and they sell lumber nationwide. So you guys get it. But I was in charge of investigating fraud for 5 states, blah, 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 blah. Arizona being one of them. During that 6-year or so period, I developed a great working relationship with the organized retail crime guys over at the Phoenix Police Department. And as it turns out, between my departure from that and this incident, one of those guys ends up being assigned to IA and it gets assigned to my case. So a little background on what's going on there. So I know this guy on a professional level, seemed like a decent human being. And again, full disclosure, you know, I used to back the blue, you know, didn't happen to me, you know, but, you know, luckily I had started watching a lot of these videos before it happened to me and I was prepared. So there you have it. So let's get on to this. So I get the call and I'm thinking it's going to be the call, you know, they investigated themselves. They found nothing, that he did nothing wrong. And well, here's what we got.
Detective Kendall, it's John Goodnow. How are you?
I'm doing
I had nothing to hide,
I'm
people.
doing good. You have a good holiday?
I did. How about yourself?
I did. I'm glad it's over and you can get back to work here and focus on the tasks at hand.
Right.
Hey, real quick, I'm empty. So play this. I'm going to go get some, I got to go refill the tank.
So I got everything back from the police office. The final outcome is we're submitting it to the city prosecutor's office for charges of assault.
Now, does this go back to PSD at this point for them to start their part of it, or what happens from this point?
Yeah, that's correct. It should be tomorrow. I will send everything over to them because at this point our investigation is done.
Man, I appreciate you being patient with me through the process. I appreciate the diligence.
Yeah, I appreciate your patience. I know these take a long time, and I know it's frustrating on the other side of things, just because of the time frame it takes, because of everybody it has to go through. So I appreciate you being.
Well, it goes both ways, brother. I understand how the process works. It's never as fast as anybody would like on either side of this point. So,
and just to give you a heads up, you may the state prosecutor may reach out to you at some point.
Okay.
Once they get the case, so just be looking out for that and a phone call or any sort of thing that may come in the mail.
Okay, no problem. Do I get any written disposition from you folks as to disposition of the case, investigation, etc.?
What I can give you, I can give you the report number.
Okay.
I don't think we've had that yet. Give it a couple days before you make any public records requests. As far as any written disposition from us, we don't send anything out. The city prosecutor's office works more on that side of things.
Okay.
As far as like if they decide to charge it, they would send you notice.
The prosecutor's office.
Hopefully within the next couple days. I just gotta make a phone call to our court liaison because with our stuff I can't send it the normal way, so I handle everything.
Okay.
So as long as everybody's in,
what's up, Lion One?
I'm hoping it can get over there tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure with all the holidays right now, nothing's gonna go speedy quick. So as always, I'll be patient with the process. All right, sir.
All right, so there you go. So to my amazement, he was charged. Couldn't believe it. What's up, Miss M Star? So I haven't given the big update yet. Doing kind of a recap of the events of my assault, in case you just joined us. So just watched the video of me getting the call from professional standards saying that they had at the time just after Christmas forwarded charges for the criminal action of assault. So remember this, people. The Phoenix Police Department charged their own officer with criminal assault. Okay? Or for criminally assaulting me. All right? Phoenix Police Department charged their own officer for criminally assaulting me. Right? So then
Phoenix Police Department.
So then too much. All right. So I got the call from the city of Tempe. So what happened was in the conflict of interest, the city of Phoenix deferred prosecution of the city of Tempe. Too hot to handle. Pussies. That's what I call it. And they sent it over to the city of Tempe. City of Tempe reviewed it. And this is the phone call I got regarding the city of Tempe, or from a city assistant district attorney, Mr. Bill Burke. I give to you, Mr. Bill Burke.
Right, we do have it. I was out a little bit last week as my team, but I just finished reviewing everything.
Okay.
And I haven't told Phoenix yet, but we have already made our decision.
Okay.
So we got it to review for the assault, obviously that was.
Yeah.
And when we're charging something, we can't charge it unless there's a reasonable likelihood of conviction, which on a criminal case we have a reasonable doubt. Even though I think what the officer, I think his behavior was not very professional whatsoever. I don't think we have enough to prove the case on a reasonable doubt.
Okay, that kind of concerns me, and let me tell you why. That nobody's interviewed me from your office before making that decision. You didn't. You did. I understand. but it's not in the statute. It references, you know, what happened to me, how I felt about his actions, right? What kind of fear he may have put me in, which he did. And nobody from your office, before making that charging decision, asking those questions, which would qualify into the statute. So that concerns me. Right? But he put me in fear. I understand. I understand. So you saw him you saw him walk in my direction from a distance. You saw him place his hands on me unprovoked. And that placed me in considerable amount of fear, especially since that man did that under the color of law, while armed, right? And so we witnessed all of that. You witnessed him place hands on me as an agent of the government, unprovoked. There is no exception in the law in the Arizona statute for law enforcement. I was placed in considerable fear for my physical safety, loss of freedom, loss of liberty, which has resulted in a lack of trust in law enforcement. And the decision is, without interviewing me, to not move forward with charges.
Well, I do understand how you feel, and I think that, you know, I think somebody else did that.
No, it's not, no, Bill, and I'm not trying, Bill, I'm not trying to be controversial. I'm not trying to be controversial. And I'm asking for an answer. My question is, you know, you addressed my feelings, and my feelings, okay, on the decision are really irrelevant. My question was this, and I apologize if I wasn't clear in it as a question. So my question is, we reviewed the video, which showed, if I'm understanding you correctly, which showed him walking a distance to me, placing his hands on me, a member of the government, of law enforcement, under the color of law, who was armed, placed his hands on me unprovoked, causing me to be placed in fear for my physical safety, loss of freedom, and nobody interviewed me, but we're making a decision on not charging, on not moving forward with the charge. Am I correct in my understanding?
Okay, guys. So you basically, you see what happened. So here's the thing I want you to notice, right? Is I'm choosing my words very carefully, and that's very, very, very important when you're dealing with government, because words are law. Law is made up of words, right? Little things like and or shall or may are very important. And as I'm talking to this, thank you, Star. And as I'm talking to this prosecutor, I'm laying out the elements of the crime, right? I'm using the words within the elements of the crime. And I basically essentially got the prosecutor to agree to all the elements of the crime of assault. If you go back, you want to compare the law to what I was talking about, it's all right there. Same thing, if you notice, that's what I did with 132409 obstruction, right? Chose my words very carefully, but I read them directly from the law, because the elements of obstruction are misrepresenting yourself, right? Didn't misrepresent myself, give false ID or anything like that. Didn't claim to be somebody who I wasn't. I didn't make threats of force. Didn't use physical force, right? Didn't do any of the elements of the crime. Those are very important. Those are things I used to have to do when I wrote reports to put people in jail. You have to make sure when you write the report that you list every element of the crime in the report, so that when the judge looks at it, there's no question, right? Because you're the good guy. You've met all the elements of the crime. Guys, I've been on the other side of it. I know how it works. That's why shut the fuck up when cops come up and ask you questions. Unless you're skilled or confident enough, and I'm not, and I've been doing it for 30 years, right? But I'm not going to say anything to compromise my freedom that I don't need to, especially if they're investigating me for a crime. All right, let's move on. Now, we've got the complaint. We found out that Phoenix sent it over to the Tempe City prosecutor. And then what that triggered, that now triggers the internal investigation, because the internal investigation couldn't start until the criminal investigation was over. So the same department, Phoenix Police Department, who referred charges for criminal action against Officer Borovac'S, that department is now investigating them administratively to see if he violated any policies. Now, Michael, talk to me, brother. I have a question. If you tell a police officer, you feel what? Finish your thought, Michael. I'm paying attention. So you would think that if Phoenix police found his behavior and his actions so egregious that they filed criminal charges, there's got to be a policy violation in there somewhere, right? You know, unprofessional, conduct unbecoming, something like that. I have a question. If you tell an officer you feel violated, don't answer questions. If you're on the side of the road, meet your legal obligation. Michael, where are you located? What state you located in? I can maybe direct you to some resources, but I'm not an attorney. I'm not going to give you legal advice, but I tell you what I do. Dude, Community LA Watch, brother. Learned lots from you, man. I've been watching you since I think you had, I don't even think you had 1,000 subscribers. If you did, you may have just had over 1,000 subscribers. I've been a long-time subscriber of you. This is Arizona, man. All right, Arizona. Okay, Michael, here's the deal. I want you to go to my website, noidforyou.com. It's free. I don't want your email. I don't want you to buy anything. You want to buy a cool T-shirt? That's cool. I don't even make any money off the T-shirts. I do it to spread knowledge. But go there and download the top 10 laws in Arizona that police use to limit, suspend, or terminate your freedoms. And check that out. If the police pull over to the side of the road and you're parked and they don't have a traffic violation for you, my understanding and what I would do is I would not answer any questions. I would make them tell me what crime I committed, and then I would default to, because what they're going to get under traffic is 281595A if you're the driver, and 281595C if you're the passenger. That's what they're going to try and use to ID you, but they can't do either unless you've committed a traffic violation. So then that would default to Arizona Revised Statute 132412, which then means that they have to have reasonable articulable suspicion that you have or about to commit a crime. So both of those laws are available on the website, noidforyou.com. Go get it. Go get it. So, yeah, you got to know that stuff, right? And you got to be able to drop that knowledge. So where are we at? So he prosecuted them. They referred the charges for his egregious actions. They declined the deal. So there's got to be at least a policy violation in there, right? You would think. So let's do this. So let's go here. So this is where I got the final call.
Thank you very much for your time again.
By the way, we're getting close to the end. I'm going to give you the big new update.
Thank you for your help on this. Yeah. Speechless.
Oh wait, no, that's the one we already did.
There'll be more.
Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. Operator error. Oh yeah. Okay. So in this, oh guys, just watch it. Just this Spin Cobra. Hey brother. So let's recap. I got some new people in here. So last year I was assaulted by Officer Borovac'S. We're reviewing kind of that situation. There's been some new updates, or at least a new update. But we're talking about how he assaulted me. M-Star, I know you're responsible for this traffic right now. Thank you. So I was assaulted. Officer Borovac'S was criminally charged by the Phoenix Police Department for assaulting me for his actions. That's how egregious the Phoenix Police Department felt his actions were, and they referred it for prosecution. The city of Phoenix felt it was such a hot potato, they didn't want to touch it. They deferred prosecution over to the city of Tempe due to conflict of interest, is what they said. So now we just watched the video of the city prosecutor's office telling me that it was my fault under a law that I wasn't prepared for, 28-622, and which really didn't apply because he didn't give me any lawful orders. But again, knowledge is power. I wasn't prepared. Bad on me. So now what that did was that triggered the Professional Standards Bureau investigation back with the Phoenix Police Department, the very same police department that charged him criminally because they found his actions so egregious what he did to me. And so now the PSB investigation is over, their internal investigation, to see if there's possibly any policy violations that he could have been guilty of other than those criminal actions.
Is training their officers to act in a criminal manner.
What Officer Borovac'S did fell within the guidelines of the lesson plan and training. That's what the experts determined.
Phoenix did both investigations, right? So Phoenix SIU did the criminal investigation, and then another division of Phoenix did the administrative, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, no, that answers that question. Phoenix SIU found the conduct of Officer Borovac'S so egregious to where they forwarded charges for criminal allegations to the city prosecutor, which the city prosecutor felt was so egregious that they did not want to be involved in it and deferred that prosecution on conflict of interest to another city.
Process, yeah, correct.
Okay. The tactical unit conducted the administrative.
Okay, real quick here, people, I want to make something really clear. The edits are for pauses. As I've discussed, I choose my words very carefully when dealing with government, and this guy's clearly choosing his words very clearly with me. So there are some pauses as we thought about our words, but in the edit, I kind of chopped it up to take out those pauses. There was literally no editing out of content for this. It's just basically us thinking about what the hell we're going to say because we're choosing our words very carefully.
Investigation.
Here, let's go back.
Process, yeah, correct.
Okay. The tactical unit conducted the administrative investigation.
Correct.
The same department, 2 divisions, found his actions potentially criminal enough to forward to a prosecutor, and that same department also found that he did nothing wrong.
So,
Can you help me reconcile? Can you help me reconcile that?
Tactical training detail found that he was within the guidelines. Yeah.
So what?
Okay, did you guys hear that? I want you guys to hear that. I'm going to rewind it. It's just amazing what what he said.
Technical training detail found he was within the guidelines of what is
Okay, so he was within the guidelines of what he was taught. Okay, think about that. So this department just charged this guy criminally for this very action, right? They just charged him criminally, and so he followed his training to commit crimes against the citizens. Beautiful. This is why you choose your words very carefully, people. This is why dealing with government is verbal judo, and choose your words carefully, and they give it to you.
So what that tells me is Phoenix Police Department is training their officers to act in a criminal manner. Is there any repercussions for Officer Borovac'S?
From the administrative side, is that you're going to, based on the information, but tactical training detail, you're going to close that
With no action, no corrective action, no training. It's as if it never happened. So no
Thank you,
discipline
M-Star.
whatsoever for acting in a way that your own department felt that his own department charged him criminally. Amazing. It's a broken system. It's guys like that endanger and ruin the reputation and that relationship that you guys like you and the others work so hard to build. That guy destroys that. I hope you're working in the inside to change it, brother. Because if you are not a warrior for the Constitution, you are a victim of tyranny, and you're tyrant against it. The same department charged him criminally, but found he did nothing wrong. How can that be?
Is there anything else that you think we need to address?
There's nothing to address. Do the right thing, and I hope you're fighting this garbage from within there, man, within the walls. Because if you're not, you might as well be putting us on the train.
And there was no further comment. All right. So, it went a long time that I was really bitter, right? And then because I got no justice. I got no justice. And I know I got a lot of people in here that just joined at the very beginning of the video. What you probably missed was, again, I'm going to shout out Lackluster. I'm shouting out Disorderly Product News and DPN. Those are the folks that shared my story. And because they shared my story, guess what? I got over 900,000, almost 1 million little pieces of justice. And that just warms my heart, right? And every once in a while, sure, I go in and I do a Google search. And I check things out on the internet and check out his name, see if anything's popping up, But every time I search his name, and guess what's attached to it? These videos, the videos that I did, the videos that Lackluster did, DPN, DirectD, and that's major justice. Anytime he goes to get a job, anytime that maybe his grandkids want to find out what grandpa was like, guess what pops up for a Google search for Officer Armin Borovac'S, badge number 8455 of the Phoenix Police Department. It's not a good look. So here's the big update. Thanks for those of you who have stayed with me. I appreciate this. A lot of stuff I've been trying to get out. And if you stay with me after the big update, I want to tell you some more quick little things. But American Amy, thank you. Hey, what's up? Big update is this. I reached out to a buddy of mine. He was former law enforcement who give no more information about that than that. But I don't hate all cops. It's the bad ones we got to be prepared for. There's bad ones that I'm prepared for. So I think there are a few, and that number is shrinking daily, I feel. Good cops out there. And anyway, found out Officer Borovac'S is no longer a Phoenix police officer. He decided to take retirement. So in the great words that I learned from Good Luck America, good buddy Rick over there at Good Luck America, with more information, opinions change, right? So the more information that I have to change my opinion about me not getting justice for the assault that I had against, or the assault that was committed against me by Officer Borovac'S is this. Officer Borovac'S, no hard feelings. I bid you adieu, sir. You're no longer a threat to my community. But I got my justice. And I got my justice from you guys. And I appreciate what you do. You too, Community LEO Watch, man. You were a little bit of an inspiration. You play a part in all this. You know, like I said, you were one of my early follows, and I appreciate you being here. Yeah, so we don't have to worry about Officer Borovac'S. If you live in the Phoenix area, we didn't have to do a lawsuit. I didn't have to win $1 million. You know, I didn't have to hire a lawyer, and they didn't have to bankrupt me. Who wins? I win. All right, guys. So, hey, real quick, before I go, I got these stupid T-shirts. They're really not stupid, but Community LEO Watch, check this out. I got this for California too. But there's I'm doing this on my laptop, so I'm sorry. Suspicious person. It's got the Arizona ID law on it. And I'm hoping you can see it. Good citizen on the back. Those who would give up liberty or freedom deserve for a little bit of safety and security, deserve neither. Benjamin Franklin. So, look, here's the thing. Let's go over here. Let's get it. Let's just do it right here. Boom. Let's go over, check it out. Here we go, guys. So this is the No ID for You website. I'm trying to do some stuff, right? But here's what I want to get you. Go to the Arizona. Download. Look, they're right there. Just go print them out. No email, no nothing. Just go get them. Okay? We got failure to 28-15-95. I keep this one right here. That's taped to my sun visor, right? So in that stressful moment when you get pulled over, that's taped to my sun visor. I just flip up my sun visor, poke it to them. Tell my passenger to do the same, because it's clearly laid out right here. Person other than the driver, they don't have to show ID unless they have reasonable cause to believe you violated a section of Title 28. Boom. Right? You got the ID law, obstructing criminal investigations, trespass. See, top 10 laws, Arizona, right? I've also got the same thing going on over here for California. Man, I can't believe 18 of you guys stuck around. That's awesome. So, right. Community LA Watch. I'm looking forward to this new Arizona law. I'm actually looking forward to it. The way I see it, cops kind of shot themselves in the foot. Actually, Representative Kavanaugh shot the cops in the foot by doing that one. They had no discretion. They could just tell them, get back, right? And they just go arrest everybody, right? Now they've got a measurement. Right? They've got a measurement, 8 feet. You know how close 8 feet is? Okay, fun fact. Stick your arms out like that. Tip to tip, that's about how tall you are. Average man, 6 feet. Anybody else see this Steve Leto one? You know, 8 feet. That's basically 2 feet arm to arm. It's nothing. Yeah, John Kavanaugh's a douchebag. I do not like that guy. Yeah, we got some – look, I tend to lean conservative on, you know, all that stuff. But I'm kind of a unicorn on a lot of things. I'd really surprise you. But we got some real douchebag, Republican, conservative, whatever, so-called conservatives. It's about the Constitution. I don't care what party you're with. But yeah, I am loyal to my values, not party or person. Period. So anyway, I do some stuff up here, but what I've done over here is I've done case law. I got case law over here for you guys. You can go download it. Case law for Gluck-Free Knuff, Smith versus Cumming. I got an email from Rogue. I reached out to him, and he was kind enough to send me some stuff. So I'm putting it all up, a lot of that more up here. But police have no duty to protect. You can download the case law. I got this idea from DirectD to put these up here. I had the laws, but putting the case law up here was another thing that I did. But the other thing, what else we got over here? Deprivation of lot rights, the Homeland Security message, TSA policy, poster 7. So if you guys got anything, email me at remembernoidforyou@gmail. But yeah, so links and stuff, man. I'm not asking you to buy anything. As a matter of fact, I do sell these shirts here, but I'm not a grifter. I'm not asking you. I mean, I don't even make any money on the shirts. They're $20. $20. I have California, Texas, Florida, California, Texas, Arizona, and Florida, and then some other fun stuff like Arizona or Elio law enforcement rules of engagement. Rule number 1, honor your oath. Rule number 2, don't be a dick. Honor your oath. Bait only catches stupid fish. So I got some fun stuff, but this website that I don't do it for money. I'm not selling anything on here. There are links to get to the merch, but I literally only have a couple t-shirts. It's not about that. It's about getting you the deal. Oh, searchable Brady list. Have you guys seen this yet? You can go to the Brady list. Let's go to Arizona, but you can go to all 50 states. I've got a link up here for this. Look. Check that out. But yeah, you can search all the states. You can search by whatever, but these are the bad cops you got to look out for. Look, go. Let's check out Mesa. Mesa's always hot. How many pages? They got 3 pages of officers on the Brady list. You think that's accurate? There's a whole article on over here about it. Blue Line News, geo warrant. So anyway, you guys, that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up here. It's too hot in my garage for much more. Thank you everybody for watching. That's it. No more Officer Borovac'S. Know your rights. You know, if you don't get the information from me, you don't get it from somewhere, the cops are going to get your information. Know your rights, people. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be good humans. Don't be a dick. End broadcast.